Hello, first grade friends. It's Mrs. Davis here with your Patterns of Power grammar lesson for today. We're continuing to talk about apostrophes. Remember, our goal this week has been I use an apostrophe to show where I squeezed letters out. Contraction, action. Today is Wednesday, May 19th. All right, so remember, what is a contraction? A contraction is a word that was two words. Some letters are taken away and replaced with an apostrophe. For example, do not, we can use the contraction don't. Why do we use them? Contractions are used for quicker and informal speaking and writing. Today we're going to focus on contractions with have. For example, I have. The contraction I've. Notice the apostrophe is taking the place of the H and A from the word have. They have. Our contraction becomes they've. We have. The contraction we've. Should have becomes the contraction should've. Could have becomes the contraction could've. And would have becomes the contraction would have. We also have contractions with had and would. For example, we had becomes the contraction we'd. Or we would also becomes the contraction we'd. Notice the apostrophe takes the place of the H and A in had, and it takes the place of W-O-U-L in would. So we had and we would both shorten to the contraction we'd. I had and I would both shorten to the contraction I'd. You had and you would shorten to the contraction you'd. They had and they would both shorten to the contraction they'd. She had and she would both shorten to the contraction she'd. He had and he would shorten to the contraction he'd. Don't forget your apostrophe when you're writing your contractions. All right, friends, now it's your turn. Let's change the two words into a contraction. Don't forget to include an apostrophe where you squeezed out a letter or letters. So we're starting with I have. I have. We want to shorten to a contraction. We're replacing and squeezing out H and A with our apostrophe. Now we have the contraction I've. I've, as in I've finished my work. Next, we have the contraction, we have two words, I had. We want to make a contraction. I had. Our apostrophe is taking the place of H and A. Now we have the contraction I'd. I'd like to go play now. Now we have we have. Hey, we have. The apostrophe takes the place of H and A. Our contraction we've. We've played outside all day. Next, he would. He would. Squeezing out W-O-U and L with our apostrophe taking their place. Now we have our contraction he'd. He'd play outside every day if he could. All right, writers, remember when you use contractions, make sure to use an apostrophe. I've got to run. See you tomorrow.